All right, cool. All right, guys, welcome to GTS this Friday. This is your host, Master Grade Jess, and we have a very special guest with us tonight. We have two. One of them is a guest, the other one is the new co-host. But either way, this is Master Grade Jess. Welcome to GTS, and let's have fun.
Hey guys, welcome back. Yeah, GTS. This is Derek DNG 42777, and yeah, I'm glad to meet you. And I'm invited with our guest, and also I good friends, also now joining us as a new host. Introducing you, Mr. Kevin. He's very technical. His following tag is Shinobi, I believe.
Chino boy, but thank you.
Chino boy.
Thanks for trying. Hey everybody, my name's Kevin here. Been going by Chino boy for quite some time now. Really excited to be here with everybody. Jess and Derek here has been getting me to. Has been a while. They've been getting me. How long has it been since? I would say season one.
Season one.
Season one to come on and help co-host these shows. It was a long trek for him to ask me constantly, but I finally caved in. I'm here now. And with our special guest today, we got Ryan with us. How are you doing, Ryan?
Thank you for having me on. I'm doing pretty well. It's a bright, sunny, or Saturday morning in Japan, so here in the future ahead of you guys.
Yes.
Love it.
So for all of you guys out there, this is RBGunplaWorks, better known, right, on all social media, including Facebook, Instagram, and
I think I got a Twitter, OnlyFans, some other
you
stuff.
have an OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
No,
I gotta start
just
signing
joking.
up right now.
No, he's got an OnlyFans, guys. Go check him out. It's only $10 a month. So if you guys didn't know, just like Ryan said, he lives in Japan. Yes, that is right. He lives in the Gundam Holy Land, in the Promised Land. Are you guys gonna get to pilot the RX-78 too? That's currently been finished right now.
Maybe I'll pull a NFL Gato and just like steal the thing and fly away.
Yes.
I could see it happen. That'd be really cool. Well, guys, so you know how this goes. Tonight's show is going to be all about him. Before we keep going any further, we get Discord server. We say it all the time. We have a lot of people on there. We're already over 200 and something people. You have a lot of people that are active and all that stuff. It's a whole big family in there. So the link will be in the description. Check it out. Remember that we also have a Facebook page, GTS. We have the YouTube channel. If you are not subscribed, click the subscribe button. I told you guys last time that like 20 or 30% of our audience is not subscribed. And it's like, come on, man, you guys could help us out so much. And of course, we also opened up Patreon. We opened Patreon. It is GTS Fam, because GTS was taken by like GTS Studio or something like that. It's like a cooking thing. I don't even know what it is. The point is, it was taken. We did this on behalf of the fans and the viewers who pushed us and said, hey, maybe you should make a Patreon. You're not forced to go on there. I mean, there's really nothing. It's just to support the show if you want to. But then again, just watching and being here with us is enough. But anyway, going on to the first little question we have for everybody. Kevin, could you help me with the question, man?
Oh, so what is the new PG that's going to be released or announced, I guess, in October? I personally think it's going to be the ball, but I've been saying that for a while now, so I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen. In truth, I really want the Sinanju, and I will pay premium if that thing ever comes out.
Oh, Sinanju. Okay. I know. So Ryan has an OnlyFans, so you can definitely pay premium for
Oh yeah, of course.
Ryan, what are your thoughts on the new PG in October? What do you think it's going to be?
I thought it was going to be the Grandpa 2.0, because I thought that was at least a teaser earlier this year, right?
Oh, right, in the beginning of the year.
Was it the PG Unleashed or something like that, where it combines like a lot of the elements from the whole lineup, or something along those lines. I can't remember.
Well, that's what a lot of predictions on that right now is like people thinking it might be the Granddaddy Gundam, since you got the whole the walking Gundam already up and going, and it sort of goes with the trail. I would dream.
It does.
I would dream if they would actually decide to put something like, if they revisited the idea of the new Gundam or something like that. But I know everyone. There's the metal build one out there in the world already, and Wait, it's a
$2,000.
Canadian.
$2,000 for people just selling it all over the place. I honestly hope that it's a unicorn. We haven't seen the unicorn a lot these past years. I'm really hoping.
Wait, what? Why are you on drugs right now?
Blasphemous! Blasphemous!
So, it's a running joke, Ryan, on the show. The unicorn. We don't like the fact that there's so many unicorn kits out there. I personally would love to see a perfect grade Barbatos. I've been dreaming for it. I know James is on the chat. Everybody's in the chat, actually. Let me just say hi to everybody. We got Old School Skill, Kev Models. We got MLC Major League Customs. We have Gunpla Talk Show on there, too. We have Studio G.
Ooh.
Carson. We even have Otaku Builder. James, hey man, what's up? Noble Mecha. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. But yeah, we would like to hear what you guys would think is the new PG in October. I think it's a Barbatos. Kevin says it's a Sinanju.
Oh,
and somebody said PGF91.
Yes.
Oh,
but
that'd be pretty good.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
That would be so cool. But wait, wouldn't that be the size of a master grade then? Like actual?
Yeah, because they're so tiny. Yeah.
I just realized that now. I'm like, wait a second. I feel I'm
might be smaller than the Wing Gundam.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, so it's a PG, but it's now stepping down in scale.
It's a tiny one.
Ooh.
It's a tiny one.
If we're talking about F91, crossbone. Holy shoot! Can you just imagine a crossbone?
Yeah, PG crossbone.
No. Please do not.
Why do you hate the crossbone? Why do you hate the crossbone?
It was the absolute most flimsy kit I ever built. I don't know. There's just besides that and the size. For me, I enjoy big kits with big guns and backpacks. Just more stuff I can do with them. Like for me, my holy grail was the Dendrobium, and I got that. I'll probably never build it. It's in there. It's in there in my backlog. But yeah, no. It's just there's something about that specific kit that I just could not do. So one of my dioramas actually, I ended up just crushing it and made it as the Sazabi, just completely dominating that. He's sitting on his throne holding up his head and everything else just around him. Yeah, so I hated it that much. Right? Yeah.
Well, you need to build the RG. As tiny as it is, the RG crossbone is a solid kit. I love the RG crossbone. Definitely one of the things. But I was gonna say real quick. Somebody said PG Zong. I think that would be huge.
Shoot.
Yeah, it would be.
That is huge. It's just as bad
PG
as we
Psycho
thought.
Zaku.
Oh,
PG Psycho Zaku right there. Another one of his favorites right there. For all you fans and for viewers, I just want you guys to know that Kevin's favorite kid is a Zaku, along with the crossbone. So just remember that for his birthday.
Nah, Studio G said that.
Yeah, I know.
No. Let's keep me away from the Zakus. Keep me away from the Zakus, and the crossbones will be good.
Oh man. Well, we should keep the ball rolling, but yes, we would love to see a lot of things out there. Oh man. God.
Yes, so many good things. So many good things you can pick, Bandai. All right, just not a unicorn anymore, please. Stop it.
Probably some more mono eyes out there.
Yes. Agreed.
Like a PG Rick Dom, just big one.
I would love to see it.
That'd be actually pretty sweet.
I would love
That'd
Galog.
it'd be pretty sick.
Oh.
But anyway, guys, tonight's show is not what the PG is going to be in October. It's actually all about RBGunplaWorks.
Yeah.
And we have Ryan here all the way from Japan. It's morning time over there. He's barely woken up. Poor guy.
Yeah. I still got my coffee, so.
So he's with us today. So let's start off with some generic questions for Ryan real quick before we get the ball running and you guys can look at all of his work. Mm-hmm. So the first question, how did you get started? Ryan?
I would say when I was younger, like about 8 or 9-ish, right around that range when I was growing up in the US. And that was when Gundam Wing was like pretty prevalent, especially on Control Network and Toonami and all that. So like that's where I first got started, and then I noticed that Target, Toys R Us at the time started carrying like the basic high grade kits, like some simple stuff, and then it kind of like bloomed out from there. And probably when I got older, that I started finding about like these small like conventions, and these stores started carrying it more. But you also like pay like the premium price at the time because they had to be imported, and like you don't know where it came from.
I think a lot of people in the U.S. started with Gundam Wing. That was their first introduction to Gundam. I know a lot of people like Lexi who absolutely adore Gundam Wing.
Sure, let's say adored.
Let's say adored.
Let's say that a girl who's not enjoying the fanboy moments there.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. So,
but I didn't really officially get started on like painting probably till like a couple of years ago. So about 4 or 5 years ago was when I had like a good decent budget ish, and then I just started painting from there too.
Yes, it's all about budget when it comes to painting. You gotta buy that airbrush. You gotta buy those paints. It's a lot. You know, a lot of people don't see that hidden cost of
no, not at all.
Right. So
never is.
Definitely. We're all part of it, so we all know. We've all sunk. I know Kevin has thousands of paints.
Well, outside of the paints, I'm looking behind him right now. Take a look at his backlog. I said, holy shoot.
Oh, yeah.
So what was your first kit? Like, which one was your first one?
Yeah, right.
You talking about like first built, first painted?
First build. The first one you bought, the first one you put together.
I would say, now don't judge me, but it was probably that 1/100 scale no grade wing Gundam, the TV version from like Target, and like that red box, the flimsy frame, the somewhat shiny gold wings. I think like at least the accent pieces or something like that.
Yes, I remember that one so much.
Yeah.
So that was your first one. All right. Well, seeing how you're very talented, and we'll see that in the slides in a little bit. We would love to know who do you look to for inspiration? Like, who was your inspiration when you started painting and doing all of this stuff?
Never really thought about that one per se, because I don't really look towards like other builders in general. I mean, I've always had like outside influence in my local Gundam group when I was over in Washington State. I mean, they were also influenced, but I don't think I have a particular thing when it comes to it can be kind of hard to pull inspiration from a single source. But what I do like to do is like go through different sources. You got the whole Gundam Hobby Life magazines or other builders out there, kind of like pull bits and pieces from each one. But then I don't want to sound like crazy or anything, but I just kind of go with it, do my own style, and like not really take my work and compare it with someone else's, because sometimes that can get you to a bad like rabbit hole or something like that.
Okay, all right. That's actually the first time we actually heard that. And it's actually very respectful, right? Because a lot of people do try to avoid copying others or kind of having that.
Yeah.
And it's nice to hear somebody say, you know, I like to put my own style, which is definitely something you don't hear a lot of. And it's something that we should all be doing, right? Just putting your own style into things. I think this is a conversation we've definitely talked about, Derek and I, with some other friends, whenever we do our builds.
Yes.
Together, right? About finding your own style, and that's the way you can gain recognition, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Derek?
Yeah, I agree. It's like, you pick, you learn, but the idea at the end of the day is you make it yours. And that's, again, I always say this in so many of the episodes so far, Gunpla's freedom. So you choose how you want to do it. You add things together to make it your own. And there's not a right or wrong way of doing it. So I enjoy the fact is like Gunpla itself is a community itself. So
yeah,
you take it.
I mean, you just kind of find your identity out there,
exactly,
so to speak.
Right. Yeah, definitely, for sure. It's an artwork, right? It's art for everybody. So the way everybody builds and painted their own stuff, it's how they feel and about the piece and how it opens up to that individual and everything they look at it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like no true way to be like find the final goal for this hobby, because everybody's like at a different stage, or they just set in their ways.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. So the last generic question for you is: what has been your favorite out of the box build?
I would say it's gonna be the Real Grade Ava line, because that one's probably my most favorite out of the box build
Nice.
so far.
So far. That's actually
Yes.
nice.
The Ava unit, want to have him right here. He's looking at me, and it's well, she's looking at me. Should we say she's looking at me? Anyway,
Well, it's
All right,
someone's
guys.
mom actually.
Yep,
Yeah,
exactly.
someone's mom.
Spoilers. Sorry.
Spoiler alert, guys.
Oh
It's
yeah.
been out for over 20 years. You should have already watched it.
Oh man.
All right, so we're gonna. So thanks so much for answering those questions. Let's move on to the high mobility Zaku. Beautiful work right here. So what can you tell us about this kit? What was your philosophy entering into it? What did you do? Everything. We want to know everything about this kit.
So for this one, for example, this one's my second resin kit. It's a resin conversion kit from Side 3 Hobby. And it was also my first time doing an LED. And I had a buddy help me out because all it took was getting at least one mono eye in for an LED, and it kind of like bloomed from there because I got addicted and I wanted to like light up a whole bunch of other stuff. And I did make my rookie mistake where you can see it's like a bright as a flashlight, and I didn't place a resistor on it, so it's running off like a 6-volt battery source, and it's just like one of these days that LED might burn out the next time I turn it on.
Oh.
Yeah, it is pretty bright especially for us. Yeah,
Oh man.
I mean, because we had a Otaku builder a couple weeks ago, and he was also
Yeah.
talking about how to dim the lights and everything. And it is pretty bright as compared to other ones, but I feel a lot of people don't put a lot of thought into the resistor part, right?
No.
No, there's a little bit of planning when it comes to LED work because you want to have resistors, you want to have a decent like power or voltage source, and you don't want to burn stuff out. You don't want to cause any rework, and you just want to have like the best planning you can think of when it comes to LED work.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Mhm.
man.
Yeah, I can. Well, the only one who's done LEDs here on the panel is Kevin. So,
Yeah.
Kevin, what do you think of this?
No, I personally, I love the LD work. Like, everyone in our group knows I'm not a big fan of Zaku's, like, not one bit. But seeing yours with the mono eye lit up like that, it's really really cool. What made you really decide to go towards LEDs? Because like without the LEDs, your work is already amazing. I just wanted to know what inspired you to go that route.
I would say I got like two buddies of mine, Mike Wine and Steve Santos. They also do LED work, but at least in my opinion, if you want to progress into the hobby, you always want to take on new challenges, and then adding LED work can sometimes make or break a build, or to like kind of like.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
We just lost him. Uh-oh.
we just. All right, guys.
Oh.
Technical difficulties.
Nope, he's coming back on here. Is
He's
he?
coming back.
No idea why I got cut out like that.
Don't worry.
It's-
You're
Good thing I
still here.
recovered quickly.
That's all good.
All
He
right.
didn't pay his internet bill.
It keeps things fresh.
Oh, yeah,
It keeps
no.
things fresh.
Which part to leave off at? Because I know I got cut off.
You were talking about your buddies that sort of taught you a bit more on how your LEDs put together. I believe.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I just wanted to at least step up my own game, or at least kind of add to my skill level. I mean, you can always go ahead and lay down paint on a kit, but if you were to throw some LEDs on it, kind of makes it stand out more, or kind of gives it a different effect. Because I've entered this kit particularly in a local hobby shop, like Gundam build contest, and people are just like giving me jokes because of how bright the mono eye was. They're gonna have to like shield themselves from it, like because it's too bright. And I mean, it's also eye catching in a way.
Mm-hmm.
It is definitely. Most of us, we even know this. Me having a sales background at Best Buy, I guess, selling TVs. the brighter and more dynamic the image is, that's what's going to catch the person's eye first.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, so yeah, no, having it bright, that's what everyone's going to see, and that's what's going to attract them to the image first. And even if, in truth, even without the LED being super bright, even with it off, as just looking at the slides right now, first thing that caught my eyes were the axes. Right.
Oh yeah. I mean, I tried to at least incorporate a lot more like painting elements since this is like my second resin kit, and I wanted to make sure I wanted to get like at least a decent amount of color separation. But I may have overdone it on a few spots, but it kind of adds to maybe a little bit more depth to the kit.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
for the Heat Hawks, I wanted to give it a glowing effect because I gave like a candy style paint job, and I kind of blasted with a little bit of like a yellow, orange, and into a red.
Oh,
Right. Definitely see that. Yeah, it looks really, really good.
nice.
You tend to put a lot of detail into your kits, so all of this scribing on it is part of the resin. You didn't scribe any of this.
Yes, so I like to call myself I'm a lazy builder, but I paint well because
I can go with that one too. I could do that.
I mean I'm too lazy to scribe or come up with my own details, so I'll just go ahead and get a resin kit because at least personally I think it just saves me time on having to do lines, maybe do fixed rework and all that type of stuff, where I can just clean up the resin part and call it a day and like slap some paint on.
Ooh, that's so cool.
Well, it's a good way of looking at it, right? Because scribing is also one of those really difficult skills to master, and it's super daunting the first time that you actually put a scriber to the plastic, and you're like, "Am I really about to do this? Am I really about to make a line that's going to be there forever unless I fill it up?" But the point is, it's a beautiful resin kit. Your color separation is fantastic. I'm guessing your masking skills are up there. They're like really high up there, right? Because
I would say it's like very, very precise because I got like a couple of masking metal templates where I can just cut things to size and then just apply it on like precision perfect.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Dang.
Something I'm
Hold on,
gonna have to get to.
so
see if I can get one of these.
oh, he's gonna show us his tools.
So I got like this because it's in different sizes, and you also got like it's in millimeters and goes from like 0.4 all the way up to like 1.0, where you can like get those crispy lines perfect.
Okay.
I mean, I got like tools for days, especially when it comes to like masking,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and then
That is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
so I'll take pride in my masking actually.
So,
Well, it's great.
sorry. Yeah. No. Those are tools definitely. I'll have to look into getting next time. But before we go any further, we actually have a question from Mega Metals asking, "What's the best color combinations for a Gundam?" What do you think, Ryan?
Best color combinations?
Mm-hmm.
I would say if you're going with like a normal color scheme, but if you want to achieve at least a good color separation, I would like to go with different shades of the same color, because I always have like a set white I like to use. There's a set off white, maybe like a very, very, very light gray. You got like neutral grays, dark grays. Like, I mean, it's hard to really describe because I'll see it in my head, I'll picture it, and I'll just go from there. But I'd actually never had to put it in words before.
you got compliments, my friend. French Bread Bill says that, hey, man, you're a wealth of knowledge.
Oh, I know. He's my side boo.
Oh, that's it.
Oh.
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah.
We all got a side boo. We all got a side boo. It works. It works.
Yeah.
Some have more than one. No.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry. you
one
had
for
to find
under
out.
each arm.
Yeah, there you go.
So, going on to the next one, we have this is the Podball Verka. but this is the clear,
Yes.
this is the clear version. This is it's ever because it's so refreshing, and I never knew there was a clear, version of it up until now. Which I think this is one of the best clear versions that I've seen in any kits because I know for a fact that, like, for example, Kevin and I think we share the same sentiment with clear kits. We're not really a fond of them, but when it comes to, for example, this, because I have the kit, I have the pod ball up there. It has so much detail inside that you just cover up with the armor.
Exactly.
It's so dumb. It's like, why are you guys giving me so much detail inside just to give me to put these gray, cover on it, and then that's it. So I guess my thought process or my question for you is, how do you like this kit? Did you enjoy it a lot?
I enjoyed it a lot. It's one of those kits I definitely paid a premium for. I think it was like $70 or so, because it was a 30th anniversary for just, I think, Gundam or Gunpla in general. I forgot which one, but like Bandai did a whole bunch of other masquerade kits that included partial clear parts for the armor. But it gives me a chance to at least show off the inside like you were talking about.
Yeah.
Oh man, I mean, look at the inside. Look at the detail. I mean, there's I know you include some pictures of the inside on slide 17 through 19. Is this all airbrush?
Yes, all airbrush.
Oh,
I may have cheated a little bit by a little bit of hand brush, but
okay.
I was gonna say, if you were able to airbrush those little pieces on the back of the thruster, holy shoot! I say your taping skills is like to the max.
I mean, I think for the thrusters, I think it was a reverse wash where I did that. I just can't remember.
Oh man!
Asked about the airbrush. I think you've obviously heard of Child of Mecha, right? We had him on the show, and he mentioned how he doesn't like to do anything by hand, so he airbrushes even the tiniest details.
I mean, I'll do that too, actually.
Yeah. So since we were talking about how your masking is amazing, I'm guessing I could definitely see you putting masking around those little square bits, and those are tiny. Those are some tiny, because it's not a big kit. So this is great. This is a great looking. This is a great looking kid. What do you think of this kid, Kevin?
Not gonna lie to you, if they had a perfect gray ball, I wouldn't say no to it.
All right. Well, I'm glad to hear that. So moving on, we have a. This is the prototype wing.
Proto Wing Zero.
Proto.
Oh yeah, the Proto Zero.
Yeah.
Yes. So this looks a little bit metallic. What did you do to this one?
So this one was a commission build for a buddy of mine that I met in Virginia, and he wanted a pearl candy coated kit. So, and he obviously wanted LEDs after he saw like a couple of my work of it. So he was like, "I need LEDs. I need something shiny. Go for it. Go do what you need to do."
Holy shoot! It's a trophy. Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh man, that's
so.
impressive.
What's the painting technique on this? Is this a candy paint? What did you do?
For the white armor, it's gonna be a pearl. So I laid down a white base coat, and then I used Mr. Crystal Color. I think it's called Moonstone Pearl. So like it's effective, or it's affected by what base color you use. So because I used a little bit of gray in there too, they also gave it. Yeah, and then for the rest of the armor, the reds, the blues, and the yellows, it's a candy color. I know some parts can be worked on a little bit better, especially on the yellow, because it kind of looks like a dirty yellow almost. Because it's like there's if you look at it closely, there's some like black specks where I didn't lay down my chrome properly, and the black base showed through.
I wouldn't have known without it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, never would have noticed.
It's like I told the viewers last time, and I tell them all the time. This happens all the time, Ryan. We get talented people on the show, And they always tell us, man, if you look close enough, you can see this, and you can see that, and you can see that. It's like, nah, man, we can't see anything.
Plus, that's not what we're looking for. We're not looking for defects or anything. We're looking for the presentation. We're not looking that deep into an image.
Well, I mean, I want to look for defects. That way I can at least better myself in the future.
Oh,
For
of
sure.
course.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Of course.
Of course.
You're your worst own critic every time when you build a kit and you've finished it and say, hope no one sees this. Hope no one sees that. Right? So
Yeah.
but to be honest,
Nobody ever does.
it's wonderful actually what you've done actually with the Proto Zero actually for itself. I can't remember. This is the Masquerade version, right? The kit you got him? Or?
Yes.
Yeah, you commissioned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the Masquerade.
Yeah. I didn't remember the Beam Saber being that rough. Was it like that? I can't remember.
Oh, actually, that was it's some third-party add-on. It has the was it the wavy effects, like you're trying to slash something, so
yeah.
kind of gives it a little bit more depth.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I remember seeing this because I saw it and I'm like, I don't remember this. Just like Derek asked, and I think you use it on other kits further down.
Yeah,
it'll make a reappearance.
Oh man. Okay.
Stuff throughout the kits, especially for like beam effects.
Well,
Definitely,
good use.
Because I definitely feel like some of the beam effects on Bandai kits are a little lackluster.
Yes,
right.
they are.
Personally, unless it's the RG Sasabi. The RG Sasabi green translucent parts really look awesome. Well, in my opinion. I don't know, whatever. I'm just gonna say anything. I'm just not gonna say my opinion anymore. Anyway, Ryan, we have a question for you. From
What's
Mega
up?
Metal. He says, if Ava units are real, which one would you pilot, Ryan?
That's gonna be a tough one. I mean, you only got like 3 to choose from, realistically, or at least the 3 main ones. Where did it go? Hold on.
Ooh.
All right, so I'm gonna have to choose Unit 1. Obviously, it's in my background, but I got this as a gift from a buddy, and the femboy Shinji.
Oh yes, I saw that post on your Instagram.
Yeah,
Get in the mug.
yeah.
That's sick.
Wait, but who's?
I mean,
oh, sorry. Keep going.
no, I'll just be a bit biased and just choose Unit 1. Let's be honest. I think everybody would too.
Yeah, Unit 1 is the best one. But my question to you is, personally, is who is the best Ava waifu?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Y'all know my answer.
Can't believe you.
Man, I wasn't prepared for this question.
Man, we're asking the deep questions. We're going there. We're going there. Ryan.
We always have these.
I would say, God, who was the assistant for Akari's? Or yeah, who's the assistant for Akari? I think he'd be a good waifu.
Really?
Well, like, because he's always by that guy's side. He's like the number 1 waifu.
Yeah. Technically, hey, there you go. Someone's always with
like,
you.
That is
every impact, he's always there by his side.
Yep.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah.
It's funny you say I wasn't prepared for this question and I wasn't prepared for that answer. So
There you go.
we're even now. By the way,
Yeah, yeah.
Misato is the best waifu.
Oh.
Just letting you guys know out there that's the best waifu. But before we keep talking about waifus,
If that's
What
the
were you
case, I
gonna
would have chose the penguin.
Oh.
oh,
I love the penguin. Can't forget about the penguin. Oh man.
I just love that show so much because it's so lighthearted in the beginning. Well, to an extent, right? There's the lighthearted moments, like where she's drinking a beer in the beginning, and then all of a sudden you get to like episode 20, 21, and you're like, what am I watching? So it's a great show. It's a great show. Oh, wait a second, Kevin. I think you have some visitors behind you.
Yeah, that's maple and syrup. It's my friend's dog that I pretty much puppy sit 3 times a week.
So nice.
So Kevin, who's the waifu for you, man?
I was not prepared for that question either. I don't know, but watching the show, I don't know.
It's a difficult question, man. It's
It's
a question
a
of
very
all ages.
difficult question.
It is. It is. But anyway, we'll let him
One
think
second.
about that.
One second.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh,
All right. He's getting up.
He's got
He's
a
getting-
war zone back there.
Yeah, he sounds like
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah, maple and syrup are a little bit crazy sometimes.
Oh man.
They'll bark at you, but they're like the cutest dogs ever.
Yeah.
I mean, they at least got the cutest names. Maple syrup for corgis. That's
Yes.
I think they're corgis. Yeah.
Yeah, they're corgis, and they're in Canada, so maple syrup is a must over there.
Well, that might be a little bit racist there.
So, what? Evangelion waifu?
Yes.
I would say.
Oh really? Asuka?
Oh.
I don't know. I just when I watched the show when I was very very young, and not gonna lie to you, even to this day, I have a weakness for redheads, kind of. And
I think it's everybody's first crush on redheads.
Asuka? Probably. I would say yes. I don't know where the show. I don't know where the direction of the show is going now, but I guess we're doing it. We're gonna talk about redheads.
Oh man.
Nah.
No.
Okay.
Well, let's continue
So-
back.
I mean, at least the transition to this Red Warrior kit.
Yes.
Oh yes.
yes.
So we go on to slide 23, and then we got this. Well, what is it? Optimus Prime.
Oh, dude, it's the amazing
Oh,
Red
yeah,
Warrior.
so-
But damn, that's actually why I thought of it when I first saw the Amazing Red Warrior. I say, doesn't he look like Prime in so many ways? And then
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yes. Oh man. Oh,
He
that's
does.
cool. That is cool.
So I don't know anything about the Red Warrior though. So could you help me out a little bit, Derek, with who was the Red Warrior suit or anything? Do you know anything about that?
I'm trying to remember my old
I think it was
lore
Build
on this.
Fighters, wasn't it?
Well, Build Fighters, they came
Pretty
out with
sure
it. They did, because that was the Meiji in the Build Fighters Try. He brought that out, actually. In Build Fighters Try, he brought it out. But like the original plotline story for it was actually another Gundam unit, like a RX series, actually, believe it or not. One of the final series for it. Never ever came up on anime ever until they got Build Fighters. Amazing abilities onto itself. So, but got made.
I never knew that.
Ryan, you did justice on this kit. Oh man.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That yellow is very mustard looking, like Heinz yellow. It's like super
think-
yellow.
oh man.
Even now, I'm just noticing it. Thank you for that defect.
No, it's not a defect. No, just it's such a perfect mustard yellow for like Heinz actual yellow. It's not a defect. It definitely works because it looks kind of like highlighted, like it's supposed to be shiny.
Yeah, I guess I can see that. But I think I used was it Mr. Gundam Color MS Yellow, so that's probably why it's so bright.
This could be a reason. I was gonna say, where the
Yeah.
heck do you find the B-Max?
So, like, I think I scoured on eBay looking for the Masterpiece Optimus Primes, and someone was selling like parting it out with their beam effects. Like, all right, I gotta have this, so I just modified it a little bit to fit with the existing beam blade that it came with.
Oh man, that's actually really cool. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I thought it was part of the kit.
No, Bandai can't do anything cool like that.
Oh,
Oh man.
I'll second that.
yeah, I don't.
Are you
Well, I
a
think-
big fan? Oh, sorry, go on.
No, go on, Kevin.
I was gonna say, are you a big fan of Transformers then?
Oh, I was wondering if I was gonna get asked this.
Mm-hmm.
I would say yes. I did grow up in Transformers. My stepdad, he introduced me to the original Transformers, the 80s cartoon. So at least that's at least a true inspiration from. So I'll be a fan of the originals, but usually anything after that, I'm kind of like, especially the Michael Bay ones.
Oh, I was just gonna say, you don't like the Michael Bays?
Nah, that's too much.
G1 is definitely my most favorite as well. Guys, wait.
They're fighting
Sorry.
over there. That's not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
No, G1 is definitely my most favorite as well. I grew up watching Transformers, and that's kind of what got me into Gundam and robots.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they usually get mistaken for either or. It's like, oh, cool looking Transformer, but it's actually a Gundam kit.
Oh, and over here in the western side, it's always I mean, I think you would know. It's always when anybody sees a Gundam, they're like, "Oh, that's a nice Transformer," and it's just like, that's where the meme comes from, right? Like, don't call them Transformers, right?
It's like say Voltron or something like Power Rangers all over again.
we have a buddy. We have a buddy that hates it. Just absolutely hates it whenever you say something is something else. It's just hilarious. He'll bring in a Transformer. He loves third-party Transformers, and he'll bring it into our meets, and everyone's looking at it. You'll always get one person.
Oh yeah.
Is that Voltron? How's your Voltron doing? just the look on his face is just utter disappointment. Yeah, so it's hilarious.
All right, well, very nice. I like the whole. This is obviously not the original color scheme. You obviously did it as a, kind of to represent Optimus Prime, right?
Yes, of course.
Nothing's
very
wrong
nice.
with that.
This is a very nice looking kit. But now we're gonna go on to the kit that I really wanted to get to eventually, which is the GPO2. This is, I mean, I get people on the show. We get people on the show that we respect. We love their things. I know we got a comment one time that said sometimes we praise the guests a lot. I don't see a problem with that because I respect our guests so much. Yeah, and I love their work. But the reason I wanted to talk about this, and I told you earlier, was because because this is all chronological, guys. So for the viewers out there, all these kits are chronologically ordered. So we went from the past to now. I think this is 2018, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 2018.
Yes, the birth of the watermark. Actually, 2018 is the birth of the watermark. I realized that when I was doing this. That's when the RBGunplaWorks started showing up. But my question to you is this the kit that really broke your skills where you leveled up in some way? Because there's so much detail that you painted so perfectly. Like, I just feel like this would be the kit that you would say, this one pushed me. This one pushed me to the next level.
Yeah, you're very correct. So, because not only did it push me, but like a lot of my peers were like, damn, that's a good looking kit. Like for at least for the peers that I was working towards, like being to or like competing against, or like it's just it was probably maybe my best work to date, but it could be debatable because I'll get varying answers as either this one or my Gira Doga.
Mm-hmm. Well, I personally like this one the most. I think this is what you would show someone to very much say, look at my masking skills. Because look at all the tiny details that he got to paint on there. Just look at the skirts, the front skirts. I see two little rectangles there, some notches, and I see another little one, and I see different shades. And then all the water decals that this thing has.
I went pretty crazy on that one. I may have done it overboard on a few places, but it's hard to say, especially if you're not going by the original markings, or like you don't know how much water decals to apply because you want to apply enough to complement the kit. But if it's maybe busy in design that you want to apply a little bit more, I don't know. It's really hard to say.
Well, what do you think of this, Kevin?
This is a great kit. I really like it because when I watched the original series, just seeing how big and empty it is in the anime, and then now seeing somebody that actually evolved that kit with so much detail. I understand back then, creativity, even animation-wise, wasn't as deep as it is now. But being able to see that kit the way it is now, if that was in the anime, well, that'd be absolutely amazing, right? And like I said earlier, I enjoy big kits with big guns, big backpacks. This is a perfect example. It's just a giant canvas.
Yeah, this one was, since at least for people that are unaware, it is a resin kit for the Masquerade GPO2, and it was done by Industrial Gear, and they only made so many of these. So like, I have not encountered anybody, at least on the social media or on the interwebs, that actually has like fully painted this kit. Because people like buy resin, but not like paint it, just have it in their backlog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The resins is such a difficult task in
Yeah.
so many ways, because between you have to wash it, prep it, and then unfortunately it doesn't give you a lot of space and
Yep.
room to actually separate all the parts to paint them all nicely. You have to really mask it properly. But man, it's such a beauty.
Yeah, it does take a lot of work.
And resin isn't fun to scribe on either.
No, I mean, I did have to rescribe a lot of details on the shield because it came in like one giant piece.
Oh.
And well, I mean, we'll lead up towards the shield in the show, but like, it's just over time when they do the molding and casting process, like details will get lost over time, which is why these resin kits are always a limited run.
Right.
I was gonna say, was your resin kit lucky where the molding came out decently? Yes, I always have buddies.
I would
of mine.
say, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I like, when it comes to resin kits, I always want to, like, if I were to preach, it would be just go straight up original casting, because you don't want to go to the recasters because they'll just lose time and money, especially with the quality and the quality controls like down, and it's just sometimes not worth the headache.
Well, I'm glad that you sent separate pictures of the shield, because now we're going to move on to the shield on what's called slide 30 and 31.
Yeah.
We have 4 different angles of the shield, and this is a beautiful looking shield. Holy God, the detail on this is outlandish. Like, I want to say it's too busy, but it's not, because it works.
It
just looks-
does.
You know, like, I think it's the color scheme. I think I'm in love with the color scheme of this shield specifically because of that gray that you have there in the white. What color? What paint is that?
That would be like my main base color for GPO2, since it's already a gray kit. I think it was like Mr. Color 338, and then like it's some like gray. I don't remember what kind of gray it was, but it was the perfect gray where it's like not too dark but not too light, and it complemented the kit well. And I kind of like chose especially like white accents on the sides, because that like white stands out well for that light gray, along with using the other 50 shades of gray throughout the kit, because you can never have enough. You can never have never enough gray on a kit, in my opinion.
No.
Well, gray is it's an amazing color to put on there, and I don't know Derek. What do you think of the shield, man?
Oh man, I love it. I was gonna say, I was not going to comment on to so much the painting style. Were you able to actually have it hold onto the shield without falling apart?
Oh hell no!
I have a GPO
I made it
too as a master, but I can never get it to hold.
No, I mean, technically, it's a space mobile suit, so like zero gravity would work best in that instance. But for this kit in particular, I have it on a separate action base, and I just like glued a magnet on the inside and a magnet on the outside of the action, or magnet inside the shield, and then magnet on the action base attachment, so it'll have the effect of floating, but the kit will not touch it at all.
Okay. Good on you. Trick. And the last frame here on 32, I gotta say, you put a lot of little works onto this little guy. Did it actually come with the little mini like missile, the nuke? Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't realize. Like, I don't even remember any.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, okay. That's so neat. I have Jeff.
I mean, it comes with the kit, and What's up?
Oh no.
Oh.
It's all good. I just see Jeff Phillips put in a message say you should put some thrusters on that shield. I said,
It might be in its own spaceship, actually.
oh, there. Yep. No kidding. That size of that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So what were you gonna say about the missile? Because it's really cool. I was actually just gonna comment real quick on the radioactive or the hazard sticker water decal. Did you paint that, or is that an actual water decal?
So that one's actual water decal. I pulled that one from, I think, the Masquerade Char Zaku 2, because it has that symbol for the waist or midsection, because it has that micro nuclear compact reactor thing to power the mobile suit. Don't quote me on that, because I might anger a lot of neckbeards.
Quote him on that, guys. Everybody just quote him.
Go for it.
Yeah.
So we actually missed the question all the way up. Somebody wanted to ask you, what Gundam suit would you pilot if you had to choose one?
Ooh.
Oh. That one's actually a tough one, because I don't want to go ahead and choose the main ones out there. Oh. That's a tough question.
Well, there's so many to choose from. It's a scary question.
It is. It's because you can't go wrong per se, but everybody has their own opinion as well.
That's okay.
I don't know. I'm on something. Something.
While you're googling that, I'm gonna read something that your side boo, self-proclaimed main boo, French Brad Builds said. He said, "This is probably one of Ryan's best qualities as a builder. His color schemes find some way to take designs that you think are way too busy and really just blends it all together, and it just works." As Todd Howard would say, it just works. So,
yeah, that's fair.
well, it makes sense because a lot of your builds are very busy because they are resin kits. So they have a lot of detail, but they do work. Normally, when I see a lot of detail on a kit, I've talked to Kevin about this a lot whenever we share works from people on Instagram. It's like, oh, that's a little too busy. Oh, it's too much. But I don't get that feeling with yours, which is why I said what I said earlier, right? It's the color scheme that really just makes everything blend together. But anyway, now that you were on Google, what is your answer?
I would say, just for kicks and giggles, I'll just go with the Hello Kitty Gundam, because I have no other true choice.
Oh.
I've heard it's more powerful than the Turn A Gundam, so
it
might
everyone
be.
else flee from it the moment they see it.
Jeff Phillips did say that they all get destroyed, so don't pilot any of them.
Oh, ow.
Oh yeah, ooh.
Ow.
Oh, I mean, if I was a grunt suit, maybe.
that is true. Which one would you? Which one would you choose, Kevin?
A Zaku, right?
Oh, of course. It'd be this stray.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
the red frame.
The red frame is definitely my most favorite suit.
Nice.
And it's very, very underrated.
No.
It is. Derek?
Oh, mine?
Which one would you choose?
I go with my old tag name, GadX102. If anyone knows, the Dual Gundam from Gundam Seed. Just because
I knew you were gonna say the dual.
Oh shoot, it's cool. It looks like the old Granddaddy Gundam in its own weird way without all the armor, and with all the armor on, it just looks completely different. It has a badass personality to it. So
and all the guns.
Yeah, something about all the extra weapons and more.
That's what they call extra DACA, right, or something along those lines.
DACAs, all the DACAs. Yes, yes. Oh, that's me.
So, guys in the chat, which one would you guys choose to be your suit if you guys had to choose one? If I had to choose one, everybody knows I would choose the Barbatos. It's my favorite, and it will always be my favorite suit.
Insanity.
So.
The American Gundam.
Why is that the American Gundam?
I don't like IBO because it's not my thing, but I feel like there's this whole American cult behind it. Because I don't know why all of America loves it. I can't speak for America, but it just seems like that.
Okay. Granted, I am American and I do love IBO, so maybe you got something there. But I do feel like it is. Well, here's the thing. There's something before we keep going on to the next kit, which is a beautiful kit, by the way. But I've talked about this with Derek. Actually, is how when I first came onto the scene and I started falling in love with Gundam, when I looked up IBO, there were so many people taking a shit on it, and then whenever I talk to actual people, instead of reading what are in forums, people actually like IBO. So it's like either you hate it or you like it kind of thing.
Yeah, I feel that because I never really got into it. I'll watch it, but it just doesn't do it for me.
Well, that is one of my favorite series. I like the realism behind it. But speaking of realism, let's go to the not so realistic Mazinger from the. So, what can you tell us about this one?
So I think this one, because Bandai did a new release of this kit from the original high grade ones that had like the rubber parts and stuff. But I think it was supposed to be coincided with the Mazinger Z Infinity movie, right? I think.
Yeah, these are high grades actually, right?
Yes, it is a high grade. I mean, the build's pretty simple, but it has like a ton of detail on it, which I love. So that's perfect opportunity for color separation.
Yeah.
Would you do the 160?
I actually got it in my backlog.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, all right, he's showing off. He's like, what up? He's already got it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll throw LEDs in that one though.
There's the flex right there. The LEDs.
Yeah. Wait, how big is your backlog right now? If you had to take a gander.
All I can say that it's in 2 parts because I got a backlog with me here in Japan, and then also got a backlog in stateside that's in storage.
Oh.
Yes, because I didn't want to bring too much with me in Japan because I didn't know like what living situation I'll be in, so I don't want to be a hoarder.
We don't have a problem. We don't have a problem.
We have.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, my wife right now, she's like whispering to the saying that I have too much, so which is also a true statement.
Don't worry, my girlfriend says that all the time. Say, Derek, another one? Don't worry, it's not a problem. Don't worry, she won't notice if there's another one in the pile.
I mean, now it's easier because since I help out my buddies and ship out kits, so like I can hide my backlog with all the influx of stuff I have extra.
There you go.
I think the secret is to get your wife a kit when you get yourself a kit. That's the secret.
Or a purse.
Well, I mean, in my end of the deal, right? Like, you know, my wife got her PG Red Astray frame, and ever since, everything else has been a go for me. So I'm good. I'm golden with that. You know, just gonna kind of have to find a balance when it comes to getting backlogs. But even then, I don't think my backlog is as big as backlogs that you guys have. I mean, Derek has a huge backlog.
Hey! It's not as big as I'm not compensating for much anyway. It is what I have. It's a lot more SD kits than I hoped for. That's all.
Well, SD kits are cute. They're very cute.
Yes.
So, anyway, going back to the Mazinger, this is a high grade. And the high grades for this one, I have the other one. I have the other version of the Mazinger high grade, but they're big kits. They're like they're bigger than some master grades actually. So you can see the difference in scale.
It's a decent sized kit.
It works. It just works.
I never actually seen this high grade. It is like personally, so I'm like looking at it right now through the slides, and it's like, holy shoot, that's actually, you're right. That's a lot of detail and a lot of openings it actually has. That's so cool. So sorry. Sorry about that.
No, don't ever apologize. No, you're right. It definitely has a lot of panel lining already on it. But my favorite picture that you took is on slide 38. I love this. I love this picture so much. 38 and 39. Oh. You really get a. Is the kit supposed to do that? Like, does it come with the effect part and everything?
Yeah, it comes with the effect parts, and also comes with, I think, an action-based stance, so where you can do that, the rocket punch effect.
It's so cool, man. Oh man, the great times of the super robot genre, where you had all these outlandish kind of fighting styles, like a rocket punch. You lose your arm completely, and you're just punching things in the air. Metal Gear Solid 5 kind of thing. But either way, beautiful kid. We cannot wait to see what you do with the big PG one.
Oh man, I don't know what to do.
LEDs, man. LEDs. We had James on here, Otaku Builder, and he did his with LEDs.
Yeah.
And it looks great, man.
Yeah, it does, but I want to still incorporate the hexagon or honeycomb design I left on the chest, because that's like one of those small features that usually go unnoticed.
Mm. Oh man,
This is true. I had never noticed it until I saw your pictures. I thought that was like something personalized. Does it come like that?
No, it's I painted the chest like a fluorescent red for like that V fin area, and then I masked in those hexagon decals, and I kind of did I wanted, like, what I envisioned was it powering up, because I did that in the movie, and I had to, because especially for the yellow, the orange, and red that pops up, like, I wanted to, I guess, give the effect of it like it's alive, but I don't know, because like depending on the angle that you look at it, it has a different color, but like it just changes every time you move your head. So like it feels active.
that's so neat.
So maybe add like a pulsating effect with lights. Maybe like a wave that goes through the hexagon. Like,
Oh,
you know, kind of like a
oh
heartbeat or
man,
something.
you're asking a lot of tricks here.
Yeah, that
Alright.
might be above my skill level.
No, Ryan can pull it off. Apparently, so Jeff Phillips says Ryan's LED skill is astonishing, like jaw drop. So you got it, man. You can do it. I want to see it. Next one. So you guys heard it here first. Ryan will be doing a pulsating effect on the PG.
Oh, no.
Don't worry about him.
Mazinger. So we'll go on to slide 40. What can you tell us about this kid? This is wow.
Bawoo. It's a Bawoo.
Oh man, this is giving me flashbacks.
Uh-oh. Good? Bad?
Like Vietnam flashbacks or good flashbacks?
Probably Vietnam flashbacks, because I mean, I'll lead into that. But this kit was a gift from my buddy, and he just like gave me a Bawoo. It was like, all right, so I have to do something with it. And usually, if I want to do a signature color scheme, purple is my go-to. So there's a couple of, like, at least I'll paint a kit purple like maybe once or twice a year, depending on how I'm feeling. But I like the honeycomb effect, because I went through that phase, because there's a couple other builds that I've done that has the honeycomb effect, and it's a good maybe attention to detail, or different like transition between the armor colors, or I don't know. It's maybe eye-catching, probably the best way to describe it.
I just think it's very technological, like with technology. Like you think hexagons, like in video games. That's where I got the pulsating effect idea immediately, right? Like Mass Effect Andromeda, as shit as the game was, had like doors that would open with pulsating hexagons and things of the sort, and you can find them in a lot. It's like the go-to kind of design when it comes to technology, right? The next state-of-the-art thing. So definitely eye-catching. Derek, you were gonna say something, and I think I interrupted you. I'm sorry, man.
I'm just like looking at the designs myself. It's like it's so neat. Fact is, like, I actually see that many people build the Bawoos. To be 100% honest, not too many. And I think that's one of the enjoyments of this kit. Actually, seeing it light up like this is really neat. And I'm actually liking the color design of what you did for the purple. Actually, accent away, so neat. And I'm like, wait, you actually even powered up on the next slide over on the 41. I'm like looking at it. I said, you even powered up the thruster on the side of its legs.
Oh yeah, that's where it leads into my flashback, is that because this pretty much pushed my skill too for LED work, since this kit was originally designed to transform. So obviously it's gonna be a fixed fixed at least position for the mobile suit wise, but like I had to figure out how I was going to route everything, how I was going to bring it together, especially for the backpack, because like it led into the chest where I have like a rat's nest of wires just trying to keep everything together. So it's crazy.
I wouldn't doubt it. I'm like looking at it right now because in the rear, like if I go back to one slide on 40 there, I'm looking at you didn't just power up the main back thruster, but then the thrusters beneath that too. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So you added quite a bit, and that's quite amazing. Actually, that's the way. And wow, kudos to you, man. It actually turned out really nice in the finish, and it seems like I wasn't sure like how you managed to get the hexagon. Was it like one of the decal slides that you cover over, or was it?
Hold on, where is it? Is it this one? No, not that one. I should prepare for this one actually. Alright, so I had this metal masking template, so it's painstaking process to cut out each individual one.
Oh, what? Really?
Yes.
I'm looking at from hand size comparison to that, and you're telling me wow. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's because it's like the biggest one they got is 6mm down all the way to 4.5.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Man, that is that is some dedication to that. Now, what I want to say about this and in regards to LEDs is a lot of people I feel forget the skill level that is required when you're talking about desmelling LEDs. Like one thing is putting one LED in the head. Right? That's one thing. That's hard enough as it is. But one thing you mentioned, which I thought was funny, was the rat's nest of cables. And it's just when we were talking to James and now we're talking to you about LEDs. It's that process of planning of where all these cables are going to go. They're not being lit up by the force, right? Or something. No, there are cables in there. You have to figure out how to route them. You have to cut through the plastic. You have to make little holes. You have to make sure it all works. You don't want to cut any wires because they're a little bit too thin. So many things. And I think you lose, correct me if I'm wrong, do you lose pulsability the moment you put as many LEDs inside?
You do per se, but like I try to compensate for it is if I were to route some wire through a leg joint, for example, I want to leave a little bit of extra so it'll have like a chance to flex.
So you have to take all of that into account. So when Ryan said that he wanted to take his skill to the next level, he wasn't joking. Doing these many LEDs, it is crazy, and I'm pretty sure Kevin knows more than Derek and I in this case, because Kevin does this. Kevin puts lights into his kits, and he even had a problem with one, which was your Thunderbolt, right?
Yeah. Still working on that one. Yeah, the Thunderbolt was really, really weird because I've wired everything exactly how I did with my Providence, and that worked perfect. But for some reason, I just could not figure out what's going on. All the wires are correct. I'm not sure if it's daisy chained incorrectly, but like I said, I followed the proper way of how I've always done all my LEDs, and it's just this specific one would not light up the head, but it'll light up the backpack. If I change the wires around, it'll light up the backpack, but not the head. It was really weird. So eventually I'll get back to it. Right now, I just got some other stuff I'm going. Just want to do because I've sat there for an hour at least just thinking what is going on. I've reran LED lights and same thing, and it's just everybody will get into that, right? Everybody's gonna fall into a hiccup, I guess you could say, at some point when they're building. It's not fun. It's definitely not fun.
No, it's not, because like a habit that I learned was like each section you complete, you test it before you move on, so that way you don't run into that issue. But like along with the planning process is that like I wanted to consolidate the best I can, so that way I'll have like a a single positive, a single negative, just to wire up to the battery, because it's just a lot of cleanup involved.
Right, definitely, yeah.
Oh man.
And then it also leads into if like some people like to run their kits in parallel or in series for the LED work.
But how you
So
say you
many
run a
goes
parallel
into math.
inside you? I'm guessing that's the rat's nest you're talking about, because running a parallel circuit line. Holy
Yeah.
shoot! Ooh.
Yes,
Oh man, that's
because
heavy.
I think doing it in series is that you connect a lot, like at least one side of negative or one side of the positive connected. I can't remember.
Yeah, you pretty much it's you do Christmas light, you drag, and you hope no
Yep.
breaks in between. Parallel, yes, you can have a break and everything still works, but then the problem is that's so much more excess cabling.
It
Oh,
is.
shoot. But
Yeah.
hey, that's amazing. Talk about the
That's
next
amazing.
thing.
Yeah, talking about LEDs, talking about a lot of LEDs.
Yeah.
We're gonna go into the Rickdom.
Oh man, I love this. The
So one of
chart.
our friends is currently working on this. We mentioned to you the resin kit.
Yes.
And is this also the resin for the Rickdom, or is this the kit itself?
This one's a resin kit. The studios is called the 51, which is just weird in my taste, but it's a complete makeover of the original Masquerade Char's Rickdom.
Oh, okay. Because I was looking at it because the color scheme on this, it looks so accurate to it already. And I say, this is resin? This is amazing. Man, you did yourself well on this one and beyond. But
No, my
actually,
favorite.
oh, what's that?
Sorry, because we were talking about the color accuracy. My favorite thing on this kit is the black.
Oh,
Just look at the black on the chest. Well, this is a really nice looking black. Like what black is this one, if I may ask? I'm taking notes here. The other one was 331 or 133. What is
I
this?
think because I try to keep all of my like basic colors the same, and usually the Mr. Color GX line, because they have like the primary colors, so that I think it might be that, but like for the most part, a lot of the blacks out there are kind of the same, except you got a few special ones.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think the dogs are fighting back there. Yeah.
Kevin?
He's got the 1 year war over there.
Yeah, he does. It's returned. Who's going?
They definitely haven't stopped. So, I'm not sure if you noticed. I had to run off screen a couple minutes ago. Maple was being super loud with syrup downstairs, and I heard a big bang. And I thought it was my lamps for my pictures
Oh no.
when I take photos and stuff. Because it was. So I had to quickly run down and check out what it was, but it's just them being them.
Oh.
It's just them being dogs. It's all good. It's all good. Well, what are your thoughts on the Rickdom? Do you like this design?
I think it's a pretty good, solid design. I mean, it's maybe a design of its time, but it's just like it gives it that certain thickness with two C's.
Yes.
Mm.
Oh man.
It's super thick. It's a thick boy. But speaking of thickness, it leaves a lot of space for rat's nest of wires. So then we get into slide 44.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
And look at that. Let there be light.
Oh man.
I think I had like maybe 19 LEDs in this kit overall.
Holy shoot.
What?
I know, right? It just blew your mind.
Because, okay, so I was about to say before you said that is, you look at this, right, and you're like, oh, he's maybe got like one or two lights underneath him for the blue, but then you have one on the mono eye, but then you go to slide 45 and you're like, oh,
Holy shoot.
Never mind.
Like, you got the foot, you got the skirt, you got like even underneath the foot area there, I just realized there too. And then the backpack. and then now you got your front.
It's everywhere.
Oh man.
So are these all still with the 3mm ones?
So this one I use a mix. So I'm trying to remember here, the back skirt, the back leg thrusters, the backpack, I think they're 3 mm, and then for the feet, since it's so big, the biggest one that you see is a 10 mm LED, and then I think the ones off to the side is 5 mm.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's I went overboard on this one actually.
So
You think?
so
What?
so how much weight is added to this on top of its resin, and then the amount of wiring, and then the LEDs you tossed into it? He's pretty hefty. I'm amazed he's actually holding up right now from that picture image on slide 45.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a fair point because I guess I'll take weight into consideration, which is why I'll put it on the action base, but I'll try to strengthen or thicken the joints, especially in the older kits, because they have like polycaps for joints that they'll just wear out over time.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
polycaps. Now
So
it
we
makes us
have-
feel old.
I was gonna say, so we have a question from Akuran's 1973 asking how about using fiber optic lighting for certain effects. Have you ever done that?
Yeah, I have done it. We haven't covered it yet, especially for my Hazel build, because I did use it for the rear skirt area, so we'll maybe have to dive a little bit deeper on that one
Okay.
when it comes to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're
All right,
going
sounds
through.
good. Just real quick before we go on to the next one, I just mentioned the effect on the picture of 47. Actually, I love that effect
Ooh.
underneath the base. It looks like it's like an elevator or like a shaft underneath it. I don't know if that was
Oh yeah, I can
intended,
see that.
but it looks pretty cool. This is the first picture actually I saw of the Rick Dom, so I thought it was like an effect in the base, and then I looked at the other picture and I was like, oh, right.
Yeah.
This is what happens. Now, on slide 48, we have the guns. The big gun on the Rick Dom. Our friend who's building this, Paul, actually has a different gun, I think, with the resin conversion. I think he actually put a bunch of things on it, right? He put a picture of it. the other day.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Everyone has their backlog, right? He has his own additional, like, leftover pile that's been storing up for, like, years. So he decided to take everything that's inside the box and throw it on there. But that's not everyone has that luxury to keep everything.
No, not at all.
Not every little thing. Beautiful gun, though. Beautiful, what to call it? The paint job is just, I'm just going to keep commenting on your masking skills, man. The thing, the reason I keep saying masking skills is because I'm currently working on a scratch built, myself, just a little bit of customization on my MG Jesta, and I'm fearing for the moment I have to mask everything and paint it differently. So I'm looking at a lot of people and builders who I see and I can respect their masking abilities, and I'm probably gonna end up messaging you privately and being like, hey man, can you help me out, give me some pointers. I'll probably just come to Japan and you can teach me. So
I mean,
See you
that's
there in a bit.
how you try to lock me in. Hey, let's do an interview with this guy so I can just bug him for the rest of my life.
just bug him for the masking.
That's
You
right.
figured out his secret.
God.
Yeah,
All right, guys.
Everyone.
Show's over. All right, so now we'll go on to one of the other cool Zakus. It's this Gunner Zaku Warrior. Now, jokingly, I told you that this is when your photography skills went.
yes,
Right.
dramatically.
Okay. Yeah. So what's up? What happened with the photography here before we get to the kit?
So,
What changed?
like, before, what I used was, like, I had a crappy pop-up photo booth with a felt, like, background, and then since I have a cat, it just was a magnet for that. So I scrapped that idea, and then in the meantime, what I did was get, like, foam poster boards from, like, a craft store, and I kind of use like a black and a gray one to kind of help with at least setting up for the background, and I'll have like soft lights off to the side. I mean, that did okay for a while, but then I got like legit like 80 centimeter by 80 centimeter like cubed photo booth where it can hold up a mega scale kit. So it has like railing off to this on the top, railing on the sides for LED lights. You control the brightness. I mean, to top it all off is like I'll touch it up a little bit in a photo editing software, kind of change the colors, kind of change like the exposure, the black levels, like that type of stuff.
Oh man.
Okay. Yeah, you can definitely see the difference in lighting, especially because now you have light coming from every angle, and it's not just shining on it. And now you can the way it's. But now going, is this also another resin conversion? Is that, or is this just another?
No, this is what I would call an out of box build. Not to sound fancy or anything like that.
No, this is it's got a lot of details for an out of box build. Derek, what's going on? What's going on?
I was gonna say you call that out of box build. I was like, holy croak, that's amazing.
What have I been doing?
I know, and it's like, yeah, I snapped mine. I put this code on. It looks good. Good enough. Next kit. No, I actually love the Zaku Warrior. That's something I actually enjoy a lot. I've seen a lot of people build it, and it actually makes me think more and more of it. And I know there's a new. Well, there was. I'm trying to remember all the different Zaku Warriors.
There's two.
There's one other
one
one
out there.
There's one other one that came out, the Stupid Bandai one. I can't remember. Then there's another announcement for the other one too. So we'll see. I can't remember their names right now.
We'll see what happens.
Oh yeah, but you
so what was your? Yeah, Derek?
I was gonna say you also say out of box build. You still put an LED in there.
Yeah, this is true.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's. I cannot have a mono eye that's not lit. I just can't.
It's like,
what do you think of this, Kevin?
Yeah,
I know the feeling. When I see a mono eye or even just a regular Gundam head now, I'm like, the eyes just have to light up. It just needs to, right? It's, especially when you not exactly mastered that specific spot. It's just it makes it stand out that much better. Right,
it does.
And everybody's going to start with the head, lighting up the eyes, lighting up that area, from the eyes to the chest, to the backpack, to the guns. Because a lot of people see it as the gun. We all see it. The guns are thinner, so it's going to be harder to run wires through that the proper way, right? And then if you're going to set it at a specific pose, you are literally running the wire throughout the arm into the body. And then out.
Definitely.
Right, so it does make it a bit difficult that way. But no, anything LED related for me, I love, because that's the next step I want to level on, is to expand how I use the LEDs once I figure out what's going on with the Thunderbolt. I was gonna, that's just gonna be a headache for me. I have a feeling. I did want to ask though, the shade you're using right now, is it safe to say that you use a lot of Mr. Hobby paints?
I won't say that my allegiance is to one brand, but since living in Japan, right, I have access to a lot more Gaia color than I had before. So like I'll use their line and all the subsequent lines that they have, which is like Virtual On, the Gaia or the Ava line, the Votoms. There's a few other lines that they have. Like, I can't go wrong with choosing any paint brand out there, but like, it's just, I tried to incorporate as much as I can, so that way, because I can include at least more depth color-wise, because not every brand is the same in terms of shades of color, because so far from what I've seen, Gaia has been like the go-to for like all the off-brand or off like color ideas that I've seen.
Definitely, yeah. For myself, Mr. Metallic is one I really go towards. But if it's off-brand, I guess you could say it's Gaia Notes. For us over here, we don't have access to that at all. So I'm ordering from Malaysia all the time, and then it takes.
I've done that before.
It takes like 6 weeks for it to arrive. Right, so it's a little frustrating, and then when you see that, you're like, oh, I can't just buy 4 bottles. It's going to take 6 weeks. I might as well buy 20 and
Yep.
have it all shipped here, right? And yeah, because one of my most favorite colors I use on some of my kits is the rose gold. So I did my Justice completely rose gold, and that was a really cool turnout for that one as well. But right now, I got the luxury for my kit I'm currently working on. I'm going to be using majority of the kit with Studio G's G paints for that specific model, and I'm really super excited to use that because his paints are fabulous. They're amazing color,
Yeah.
even though it's the base color, but it looks really nice.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's you got Justin using it because he's the one who created it.
Yeah,
And he paints all of his kits with that. So I can't wait to use G paint, and I wish I could paint with Gaia notes, man.
It's spraying that is such a dream. Like it just lays down so much different, so smooth. Like it's so it's experience. Let's just say that.
Oh man, it's so difficult here in Canada, though, man. I'm not gonna complain. Mr. Hobby is, I think, a really good lacquer company, but I hear everybody who I admire talk about Gaia notes. Gaia.
Yep.
Just bring it over, man. I mean, you live in Japan, and honestly, I think we talked about that a little bit yesterday when we first talked. Is the ability for you living in Japan of being able to have access to all of these things that we really can't, like all of these tools that are specialized for Gundam, because Gundam over there, it is pretty big, right?
Yes. I mean, I think it appeals to maybe the older crowd. Maybe it's hard to say because I work with Japanese contractors that have pretty good English, but like they're older than I am. They're fans of Gundam, so it's just stuff that they grew up on. But I'm not sure if it's like a generational gap, but it's prevalent here. It's still popular, so it's hard to say from my eyes because I don't really live here or experienced everything that I can.
Man, that's so awesome. Well, you guys see with Ryan, a lot of his works, I'm guessing, are Gaia, and you guys can see it, just how good it looks, how good this company has it down. But moving forward, we have, I think, one of Kevin's favorite suits, which is the Sinanju.
Hey.
1 second, sorry.
Yeah.
No, it's all good. So
He's not ready.
No.
No, he's sorry.
No, sorry. I was just answering a question on the chat.
Oh man.
Sorry. Yeah, no. Yeah, definitely Sinanju is also one of my most favorite suits. That's why I really wish they actually come out with the PG version of that.
That thing's so tall. Yikes.
Like, for me, like, everybody in my community knows I'm not the biggest fan of Mono Eyes, but the Sinanju and the Sasabi are two kits I can say, yeah, I'll like them. Right? Those are actually very slick mobile suits, in my opinion.
Yep, they really are. They really are. And I think this is a metallic finish on this one, right? That you did on this Sinanju, Ryan?
To at least replicate the titanium finish that Bandai did, but originally when I did the paint layers, I did it as a candy paint job. But for my final top coat, I used Mr. Color Super Smooth Flat. I mean, it's almost sacrilege to put a flat on top of a candy because it destroys the finish. But it gives that like satiny candy. Oh, I don't want to say candy, but like that satiny color that titanium finish does have. At least give the effect of.
It looks cold. Like the surface looks cold, the way it's supposed to with the titanium finish, if that makes sense. I understand what you're trying to say, and it definitely does look like a titanium finish. I think you hit it pretty well, as close as you can get from the original source of the original titanium finish. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it is sacrilegious. But certain things need to happen things to happen like this. So it's beautiful work. Is this one of your kits, or is this like a?
This one, it is my work, obviously, but
No, yes.
but this was a birthday present to one of my my in life real waifus. So
Ooh.
yeah, I know, right? Spicy. But his favorite suit is Sinanju, and he loved the color red, but he always had a thing for the titanium Sinanju, but like his painting skills aren't there. I mean, it could be, but it was just like a birthday gift to them.
Oh man.
Very nice.
Dang.
This is a gift.
Heck yeah, that's an awesome gift. Wow,
So,
look at this thing.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh man.
The gun. I think it's the gun. Is something we haven't talked about. Is the rifle. It's the same thing, right? Did you candy finish and then put on the matte coat?
Crap, I can't remember. I think it must have been maybe Mr. Color Steel. It's like a gunmetal. I just did a flat finish over it, but then with the lens, I just did a candy green, kind of give it a at least that effect to where it looks like a scope versus a sticker foil, like feel to it per se.
All right, cool, very nice. All right, well, we're gonna go on to the one that you mentioned earlier, but real quick, I just want to say hi to my mom because she's watching and she said hi, I think twice. So hi, Mom. I love you. There it is. So this is the Hazel. This is a kit that I've seen one of my favorite builders, also Sonoda, work on, and I see you now working on it. That you did it, and it's like, man, I think I should work on a Hazel one of these days.
You're going to go down that rabbit hole too. Wow.
Yeah. It's a pun.
So what can you tell us about this?
So this one, like, there's a resin kit out for it. I was excited since the base kit of the Hazel is kind of plain, and what you call it? I wanted to throw LEDs in here, of course, but then also try something new, and to bring up fiber optics, because I was worried about the back skirt area because they have 8 thrusters back there, but not enough room for 8 LEDs. Yeah. I guess I can try to explain it the best I can, but I have 3 like kind of big surface mount LEDs, the SMD types, and what I did was put 3mm fiber optic into the thruster holes, like I bored it out and everything. So with the 3 LEDs, it was just enough light for it to show through all 8 thrusters. So I have like 1 LED for each side and then 1 LED for the center, kind of give it that effect. Depending on the angle, it shows the blueness more, but I mean it still looks pretty good.
Dang, I would say those are small thrusters. Jeez.
Yeah, they're tiny.
Oh man.
They're tiny, yeah. I was gonna say, I think it works. So you were talking about the angles, and for example, on slide 58, you can see an angle on the right picture. You can see the thrusters, and you can't see the blue too well. But you can see it enough to know that it's lit up. Compared to, I know I'm making Derek jump around to 60.
I got it.
Where you can see them light up even more. But you just know that they're lit up. So I think going back to the first one we saw, where the mono eye super bright. Now it's not super bright, but it works.
Yes.
And it works so well.
Yeah.
That's that subtle look and that subtle shine that really gives it a realistic look. So
it does, because like especially for the eyes, it's not like overly bright, but you can tell they're lit. Depending on the angle, because I had a lot of do modifications to the head because of, I think I got like 2 green LEDs in there, believe it or not, but because I wanted to light up the mohawk portion, so I had to do a lot of cutting of the plastic to kind of like let it shine through the clear green piece that it gave with the kit.
Yeah, you can see in the back part of the backpack. I love that. That is my favorite part of this kit, along with the shield, to be honest. Especially on slide 59, on the right side picture, you can just see the back part of the backpack just lighting up because of the LED.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's cool,
I love it. It's such a small little detail. I don't know if you intended it that way, but it just looks so cool. The light bleeding through, and it's just shining in the front, helping it light up that portion. Awesome.
You know, I want to give a little bit of realism though, because of like, obviously we don't know what a real Gundam looks like except for what's in Tokyo, for example. But I'd imagine if you see the green eyes, whatever camera sensors, whatever they are, I mean, I would assume they're bright, or at least you know it's coming before it kills you.
Yeah. I mean, they're huge.
Yeah.
So I think Derek, you were gonna say something, or Kevin?
I was gonna say, roughly how long does it take to finish one kit from beginning to end?
That's another good question.
Good questions.
Depending on my work schedule, it varies, but if I had a pretty good stream of like doing it one kit a month, I mean, there's some smaller stuff I've done, like maybe in a week. The fastest I ever built and painted something start to finish, including decals and all that stuff, was like 1 weekend, 3 days.
Sorry?
3 days.
So you somehow let it cure and dry throughout. Wow.
Well, like if I had a pretty good paint session going on, I'll lay down the primer, lay down the base color, and then I'll do the gloss coat all in one day, let it sit overnight, and then come in the morning, I'll just go ahead and decal, panel line, and then like finish it up.
Jeez. Oh wow.
So
Marvelous.
what you're saying is, what's my excuse for not finishing my kits? That's basically what I'm hearing from you. 3 days to paint the whole kit.
Yes. What is your excuse? What is your excuse, Jess?
Yeah, I think you need some more motivation back there, or up there.
I do need more motivation, man. But to be honest and to be fair, I have had motivation because, Kevin knows whenever I've been to his house this past week, I've gotten more done on my Jesta than I have just having it sit here and having my space to work in. So it's kind of like that push that you look forward to. But one thing that I want to ask you is, do you have a thing for shields? Because this shield is, wow. Like, what's up with this shield, man?
I mean, shields in general, like they never get enough love, and usually the shield's like maybe one of the first things that you do notice about a kit, depending. But they just don't. They're undeserving. Nobody puts a lot of thought into them. So I just want to make sure you get some love, extra color separation, maybe some decals here and there, and it could maybe make or break the kit depending on what kind of shield I'm working on.
I was gonna say,
your shield here look fabulous, man. Great work, great work all around. But then we're gonna go on to your favorite kit, the one you said you would pilot.
Yep,
it's the powerful RX-78 Kitty.
Oh,
yep.
Man.
So why did you choose this one to be? Because for the audience out there, when I first approached Ryan and he sent me all of his pictures, he uploaded them into the drive. There were millions of pictures. All right, and as somebody who's working on the slides, I'm like, holy God, how am I gonna choose with art? So I had to ask him to downsize again because there were just so many, which is not a bad thing. It's awesome, but. And so I asked him at the end, I was like, you know what, man, let's do this. How about you choose your favorites throughout the years? We'll make them chronological. Tell me which ones to put, and I'll put them up there. So he did that. And I really was flabbergasted when it said the RX-78 Kitty. I'm like, why? Why this kit? What's so special about it?
I think this one was a quick, fun build for me. I mean, I'll use quick in quotes because as far as how much time it takes, but like this one got a lot of attention in general because you can actually bring I guess females to the hobby if they have like a Hello Kitty to build. I mean, it brings like two sides, or how should I say this? Because you got people who are fans of Gundam, we got people who are fans of Hello Kitty, but like this kit was just so popular, especially when people like have like sisters or daughters like want them to like build something or at least have a view on the hobby in general.
Yeah, no, I'll totally agree with you. This was a really, really fun build. This one actually took me one night to do. It was actually very, very fun.
I love the shield. I just love how this came out and it has more detail than most high grades. I mean, look at the skirts, look at the shield, look at everything. And this is all repainted, right? This is all primed and repainted except for the face.
Everything you see is painted. Like I was a bit bummed that they used that the EX standard Grandpa kit because that thing's just trash because it just. But I mean, it didn't really push my skill too much for as far as masking goes because I just had to think about like what layers I will do. For example, for the chest, it's a single, or it's actually in two pieces, two halves, and I think it only came in molded in blue, so I had to think about how I was going to paint the red and yellow. And for example, for the yellow vents, I painted that first, and I laid masking tape over them to protect them from overspray. And I did the red, masked that, and then I did the blue, and then masked the neck, collarbone area, and then painted that yellow. So it's like kind of tested me a little bit as far as like painting layers, especially when you're trying to get the original color separation that was supposed to be.
Okay, well, you got pushed by an SDX standard. It just comes to show that you can learn from any kit, no matter how big it is.
Yep.
And my question, not a question, actually a comment that I've been meaning to ask or to say ever since the beginning is I love how you always take pictures of the back part of the kits. That's something I noticed rummaging through all of your pictures. So I'll always find like 3 or 4 pictures of the backside. So we can really appreciate that part that nobody really pays attention to unless it's like for a nice big back, right?
Oh yeah.
So if it wasn't for these pictures, we wouldn't get the beautiful color separation that you have on the back of the helmet on slide 66.
Yeah.
It's just, man, it just comes to show that, like I said, you can learn from any kit, no matter how big it is. But yeah, it's a fun kit. I think they're sold out. They sold out immediately a little bit. Like everybody was just pre-ordering them.
I mean, it went through its waves because I had to go find some out in town, a couple of buddies of mine, but I know where it should be just part of its Bandai's normal like schedule, like reissues. Hopefully,
it's definitely still sold out in Cali for us because I'm still waiting for another one because I got asked to do a commission for a friend of that, and she really likes Hello Kitty, so definitely still waiting. And I've been waiting since June. June till now, still haven't shown up.
Jeez.
Yep.
And they're finally releasing the Zaku versions too now. So
I know. I'm excited for that one actually.
I'm excited too. Hey! I know you. I see you there. No. Hey, instead commission them a Zaku.
I'll get it before you do.
So, all right, cool. So that's the Hello Kitty one, and then we have the Neo Zeon mobile suit, the Gira Doga.
Gira Doga.
This is definitely this is resin, right?
Yes.
Is it? Really?
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a detail on there. That's not a normal kit detail.
What? No way. That's amazing. Jeez.
Look at the skirt.
You're telling me to look at it. You're telling me to look up something skirt? No. Just
yes. Look up the Gira Doga skirt. A lot of notches in there.
Yeah. Hold on. Look up over. Holy shoot.
So what's up? What's up with this kit, man?
So this one, like mono eyes don't get enough love, but I was excited when Industrial Gear made a resin kit for the Gira Doga, and it had like the perfect amount of details. It's same company that did the GPO2 I did, and it's just another kit I can do. in my like purple color scheme that I always enjoy doing. So like I'll just always choose a new purple to run with. That way, I may not have a set purple color throughout all of my builds, but just something new to try out, especially with the infamous Gaia.
You make it more and more of us jealous, saying we can't get a hold of the Gaia notes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
God. And the thing is, for a lot of people who use Gaia, I always see them use the purple of Gaia. Always. I always hear good things about the purple. Purple Gaia, purple Gaia, purple Gaia. I've seen it so many times, and it just comes to show that it's just a really nice designed color, and it just looks great on anything. And I love the way the blue LED complements the rest of the color on the head.
Yeah. Because I had to think about what color LED I wanted to use. Luckily, this kit was made for the Bandai LED. I know they're crap, so I just call me lazy, but all I did was tape a coin cell battery to a 3 miller LED and called it a day.
All right. You heard it here first, guys. Just that's
awesome. Again, you don't have to tell us, and we would say, "Oh, that looks awesome." But that's
I know, right?
a trick. That's such actually wow.
And for any resin kit, again, the shield. I'll go back to the shield like I have. Just the shield. I love. Is it the resin that really has? Is that a decal or is it part of the resin? The insignia.
So not a lot of people know this, but the MS Builder parts, they have Xeon and then Federation logos in plastic form. They have like different sizes for the scales, so like you can like glue it onto a shield.
What?
Yeah, I know, right?
It looks sick because it gives it that volume. It gives it that texture.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Wow. Well, I'll definitely have to look into that. See, well, I mean, we're in Canada, man. Difficult to find these things. Okay.
You can probably make it out of wood or something.
Oh. Or plot plates. Just cut it out.
Oh, yeah.
Shots fired.
Look all nice. But speaking of purple, we're going to go on to the... I'm probably going to butcher this. So, Derek, how do you say this?
Fargo.
Fargo. There it is. All right. So what's up with this one? Looks like a knockoff Sasabi.
Hey, no knockoff.
So this one, I made a joke with it initially. I called it the Vagisil because it's. But this one, it was another kit that was excited to build after when I did the Moon Gundam, because like for a high grade, the Moon Gundam was a pretty damn solid build, especially with the. I mean, I know it had bare armor, but it still had plenty of options for color separation. So with the Vargil, I know it was a precursor to the Sazabi, but it was just still another fun build that I just wanted to do that's out of the box with LED, of course.
Your
of course,
signature.
yes.
I'll have to add
Yes.
that
Forget
one.
that.
Yeah.
Is this a purple LED?
This one I can't remember if I chose pink LED or UV purple one, so it might be pink actually. I don't remember.
Okay, because you can see it a little bit better on. Well, I mean, you can see it on all pictures, but next to the Moon Gundam on slide 72, you can really see it there, the way it kind of shines. So since this is a precursor of the Sasabi, is that why the rifle it's holding is the one that the Sasabi uses?
So this one, fortunately, was like a magazine bonus add-on here in Japan, where it included the Sazabi long rifle. It had, I think, two hands, one for the real great Sazabi, and then the one for the Moon or Vargil.
Okay, yeah, because I was about to say this 1/144th scale, right?
Yeah, that thing's huge.
Yeah, because the master grade is like this. It's like
Yeah.
it's huge. Oh, that's a beautiful purple again. Again, this is Gaia Notes purple.
Yes.
Are you sure you're not sponsored by Gaia Notes? Like, are they watching this? Just making sure.
Sometimes I wish, because I would love to get sponsored out here, because I wouldn't mind some free stuff, but with how cheap it is here, it's like I can go ahead and buy like a jar of Mr. Color paint for like maybe just under $2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Make us cry, man.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you to buy paint and ship it to me.
Oh.
It won't be the first time or last time I'll ever ship paint, so.
Oh man.
He's like, "Welcome to my store." This is
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh,
my
man.
favorite pictures of my favorite picture of yours. I love all of your pictures, but my favorite one, like I said, I looked through all of your pictures, is definitely the one on slide 73, the left side.
Oh really?
I don't know what you did to it. I love the pose. It's really good. It's very symmetrical to a certain degree, and I just love the way it looks. Very ominous. It's kind of beckoning,
It
right?
does.
I like it. I like it.
It's taunting you.
It's taunting. I was gonna say mine is on slide 74, the next one, because God, I love that rifle.
The rifle?
Yes. Oh shoot.
I was actually just gonna say the same thing. Slide 74 is my favorite too.
The weapons.
Man.
Kevin and I,
Yeah,
we know each other too well. The guns. The weapons.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh. That might be euphemism for something else, though.
Oh. Ooh.
It might.
Ooh.
Well, guys, that's all the kits up to now. Now we're gonna jump on to some pictures of Ryan in front of the unicorn, his favorite suit. So on slide 76, this is your visit to the great 1-to-1 unicorn kit.
Yes.
So how's this trip, man?
So this one, how should I say this? So in like October 2018, my wife and I made a trip out to Japan just to visit, and I mean, we spent about 7 days there. We went to Akihabara, Odaiba. We took a bullet train down to Osaka.
Ooh.
But I mean, it was just like a teaser trip before I actually found out that I was going to get stationed in Japan. So it was like kind of worked out in a way.
Oh man.
I mean, I think this is where every Gundam fan wants to go, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Just
Yes.
I mean-
behold.
Maybe not in a post-COVID world.
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is, ever since I found this hobby, my wife and I have always wanted to go to Japan, but now more than ever, we want to go to the 1-to-1 scale. And
Yeah.
well, because it is. I would feel. I mean, I've never been there, and I really hope I can one day. But you really feel that sense of like, wow. It's here. It's a 1-to-1 Gundam. Calling it a transformer. It's the big guy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is that the master grade? Or is that the PG unicorn that you have there?
That's
So, in preparations for my first trip out there, I just did a quick paint job on a masquerade unicorn, and I brought it with me with the intention of like posing it with the full-scale unicorn Gundam. And it was kind of funny though, because like I'll set it up on that little light post there, and like I have a group of Japanese people watching me. It was kind of funny, and like at the same time, my wife was judging me too. So like I got like immense pressure on the moment.
Oh man. Uh-huh.
Yeah, but on the picture for the right, this was from our last year's trip to Osaka Gundam Square, where they had a little small pop-up shop for the Gundam base and Gundam Cafe out there.
nice.
And I have the real grade unicorn like Gundam, the lighted edition from Gundam base that I picked up in 2018.
Just rubbing it in.
Yeah, I know. It's okay, it's gonna get worse for the last couple of slides.
Okay. I'm ready.
How long's the wait? How long's the wait for the transformation each time?
They got it in set times, so I think it's like every like every couple of hours, and it'll have like a transformation behind it, sound effects that go with it, and then especially for the nighttime, it has like a movie playing on in the background. They'll project it onto the wall.
Oh,
wow, it's really cool.
Yeah.
a dream
Well,
and wish. And you gotta manage to...
one day, Derek.
Yeah, one day.
Definitely. I was gonna say, I go to the next slide. I saw your pose there. And there's definitely a lot of people around. Oh man.
Yeah. I think no matter what, there's always a crowd every time we go there for like a light show, because like everybody's just so awe-inspired with it.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I mean, it's a Gundam. It's a 1-to-1 Gundam. I mean, as a kid, and even now at 25 years of age, if I'm ever there, and I hope, like I said, to be there, I would stand in front of him and be like, I wish I could be in the damn thing, even if it is a unicorn.
But you're still a kid now. You're still a kid now.
I am still a
We're always
kid.
kid at heart. We're
all kids at heart. A beautiful posing, though. A lot of people. But then we get on to slide 78. I think you bought a kit of a human being with a cat. So Gundam-based exclusive.
Very, very much exclusive. Just for me only. So. Yeah. I guess. I don't live up north or northern Japan by Tokyo, so I'm down south in the Nagasaki prefecture area. But like when I found out that they're opening up a Gundam base in Fukuoka, which is about a 2-hour drive from me, so I was like, damn, I gotta go to the opening day, and I'm glad I did, because I showed up like a couple hours before it opened up. And luckily, there was a small line, and I mean it was a pretty good experience, because while we're waiting, it was like late November, so it was pretty cold out. So like the workers from Gundam Base started handing out like these the hand warmers like to everybody.
Oh.
So everybody was like pleasant, everybody's happy, everybody's nice, like that typical Japanese culture that you would expect.
Mm-hmm. Oh man.
And
But you're
And
walking
you were
with
there.
a lot of loot there.
Yes, I was there, and I bought all a bunch of stuff.
I just know this is leading up to the next pictures. I just know this is leading up. I need to know what happened.
It does.
All right. Next
So the
one.
next picture is, yes. Oh my god, look at that.
Yeah. I was with the man himself. He was there at the grand opening for Gundam Base Fukuoka, and he was just there chilling, just watching things go. They were like funneling people through the store. We had to wait in line still, and then once like they had to control how much people entered the store because it was very limited on space as is.
Mm-hmm.
But I was very fortunate to get a picture with him, and also a kit signed as well.
Jeez.
That's so sick.
Yeah.
And have you built that kit, or are you just leaving it in the box unbuilt with the signature?
I mean, so don't judge me on this, but I actually got another clear Alex 2.0 because I want to keep that kit as a holy grail per se, but then also already built my secondary one.
No, that's what I would have done, right? I mean,
Yeah.
How many times in your life are you gonna get the chance to do this, right? To have a signed box art piece and with the limited edition, and I mean, come on, it's just, it works great, and he looks like the nicest guy too. So
Yeah, he seemed pretty nice, but I will say that I know he signs a lot of box arts, so I'll give him benefit of the doubt because he he had a pretty impressive line just to get like pictures and him to sign stuff.
Oh, really? Oh,
even
Yeah.
then, I mean, you could say that, but I don't know anybody else who has a signed box art. So
Yeah, that's true.
There's a few people I know that do.
man, well, this is awesome. I mean, I don't know what to say, man. I wish I could have been there. It's super cool to see, you know. Obviously, it's different in Japan in the sense that you have Gundam around you, right? And you can, there's so much, everything's so accessible because even if it is big for the bigger crowd, it is bigger than it is everywhere else, right?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, hence the Olympics that were supposed to be this year with the whole Gundam theme and things of the sort. It all works. But yeah, man, this is awesome. Thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for giving us your time and explaining everything. I don't know what Derek and Kevin, if Derek and Kevin want to say anything.
Kevin, if you want.
I want to say, yeah, thank you very much for putting up with me, especially if this is my first time and I've never done this before. I've said it to Derek and Jeff. So thank you very much for putting up with me. And
no problem. Thank you.
Your work is amazing. And keep on doing it.
Oh man. Yes. I can't wait to check out your next works there, man. And hey, that Mazinger, I'm an old Super Robots fans a lot.
Yeah.
Same with a lot of my friends that's around me and those who are watching. So I can't wait to check out what you go do and see what comes out. And yeah, keep on posting. Well, I'll be watching.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Maybe we can do a follow-up episode. Who knows? I'll plug myself in there.
100%, man. This is not a small project. We still have a lot of things in mind, and we'll definitely be keeping in contact with you about masking and paint and all of that great stuff.
Of course.
So,
I mean, I any question you guys have or anybody else has, I'll answer it to the best of my ability because I won't like brush somebody off or anything like that.
Oh, of course. No, never. I mean, you were super friendly even when I first messaged you. So, honestly, thank you so much. All kidding aside, it's awesome to see this level of work, seeing your progression throughout the years. We are very excited, like Derek said, to see what else you have in store for us. For everybody watching out there, go check out his social media. It's RBGunplaWorks on Instagram, on Facebook. He said OnlyFans in the beginning. We have it recorded, so there's definitely something out there. Go check it out. That is GTS. We want to remind you guys that we opened the Patreon. The only reason I'm saying it, right, is because we opened it. Our fans asked us to do it. You don't have to go over there and give any money or anything. If you want to, awesome. If you don't want to, awesome. It helps us. You're just even here hanging out with us. That's what we do the show, to bring a community together and just have fun together, right? That's why it's the GTS fam. So join our Discord, join our social medias, leave a like on this video, subscribe, and everything. We will be seeing each other next week. This is Master Grade Jess from GTS signing out. Take care, guys.
Have a good one, guys.
Thank you.
Take care. Cheers, everybody.
Yep. Thanks for having me on.
All right, Ryan.